as we're not quite yet getting started, we're using a tool today called Mentimeter, and it will allow you guys to submit stuff, and the link, you can either go to the link at the top of the slide and enter that code, or I'm also going to paste the direct link again in the chat. And you may want to do Mentimeter either on your, where are they? Come back. There were tips on this slide, I'm telling you. Oh, they're there. Either on two monitors, so one you can watch the Zoom and the other you can have Mentimeter, or you can also do it on your phone. It's mobile friendly. So there you go. So as you come in, the landing spot here is, you should see when you get to that Mentimeter page, a text entry box. And we're curious, what is your role in the Claris world? So whatever it is, you can submit it, and then you should see it magically appear on the screen. Awesome. So we'll give everyone a couple minutes to come, arrive, get configured, get on the thing, on the site. And if you have multiple roles, you are more than welcome to submit multiple roles. And then we'll get going. And we are recording, just FYI. I need that really cool hold music that we had during That's clearly what I'm missing here in this slide.
So we're limited to only 3 answers?
No.
Once you submit it, you can submit 3 more. Oh,
okay.
Yeah. You can have unlimited roles as long as it fits within the time constraints. Welcome. If you're just joining us, we're going to be using a tool today for the meeting called Mentimeter. And hi, Rosemary. Can you see the link I posted in the chat before you arrived, or no?
No.
No. Okay. I will repost for those of you who have just gotten here. That's the shortcut to what you're seeing on the screen. And it's an interactive tool for meetings where you can submit reactions, or in this slide, we're collecting input that's generating a word cloud on the screen. So if you want to do that on your phone or on a different screen with the Zoom, we'll be using both of them side by side in our meeting today. And then after the meeting, I would love everyone's feedback. You can Slack me or whatever you thought this was fun or lame. Especially if you thought it was fun, though. I'd particularly like that feedback.
Oh, I'm bummed though, because now that I'm watching it fill in, I want to go back and add more things to mine.
Go ahead.
You can.
It doesn't have a back. I tried. It's.
Well, you could set another thing, but.
Yeah, I'm stuck waiting for the next slide, so it's too late for me.
So we're just collecting all of the roles that people are playing in this world. It looks like we've got good responses. So said my only regret was not having hold music while we do this process.
Hey, check it out. Artist is getting bigger. Woohoo!
So I want to thank everyone for being here and making time to be here in your day. I know everyone is running in 400 directions, or at least everyone I talk to is running in 400 directions. So I think it's wonderful that you're taking some time to be here, and we will wrap up at or before 1 o'clock. It's my goal. What do you think? Should we get started?
Yes.
All right, let's do it. So I will have this as, we get to download this at the end of the meeting. So I'll post this up in the WITfm space just as a nice artifact of the meeting. I do think that, I mean, it doesn't surprise me at all, because I know that we all wear so many hats in our work life, and there's just so many creative and awesome people in this community. And that is why I'm here, because yeah. It's a special place to be. So the broad overview for today, if you're just joining us, we're using this tool Mentimeter. So even as we go forward, if you can access that page, we'll be using it to vote on a couple of amendments, and you'll also be able to submit questions as we go later into the meeting. We have a chunk of housekeeping that needs to get done. And then we have a Claris update from Julie on diversity and inclusion at Claris, or Claris's stance. And then we have time for some breakout rooms. And those breakout rooms are going to have a topic, which will have another Mentimeter feedback opportunity, so that when we come back together at the end, everyone will be able to see the discussions that, or the key highlights of the discussions that the other breakout rooms had. So that's kind of where we're aiming to get today. So we will start with housekeeping. We have a couple of leadership updates. The first is that I am so happy that Laura Betts has stepped up to take the virtual meetup lead. Laura, do you want to say a word?
Yeah, I'm excited to get this going, and if anybody has ideas or wanted to do presentations, feel free to contact us.
So yeah, we're really happy to have you on board in an official lead capacity, and looking forward to seeing what you come up with. Also, Sarah, do you want to say a couple words?
Yeah, just coming off of mute there. Yes, I will be stepping down from the scholarship lead at the end of this year. So I'll be totally being a part of the whole 2021 applicant capture and review. But we are looking for somebody to step into this role. I'm happy to, my dog's barking in the background, I'm very sorry. But I'm happy to assist anyone in that kind of bedding in phase. I'm really sorry about that. And if anybody wants to shadow me along the way, or if anybody has any, I believe it's a nominated position, but if anyone knows of anyone that might be good for this role, we'd love to talk to them and get them a little bit interested and discuss, what the role really means and what it is to be a part of this committee, and also meet the rest of the team. So yeah, so very excited about meeting the next person to pass the torch to.
Thank you so much, Sarah, and thank you for all of the work that you've done to make this a committee that exists and has been doing so much amazing work. It's very much appreciated. And it's a good point. So it is an elected role, and so that means that there will be a vote on that. And also remember that, like, one of the best ways to get your friends involved is to tell me that you think they would be good in this role, and I would be happy to approach them and see if I can wrangle them in. So if you don't want to approach them yourself, feel free to send their name to me, and I have no shame about going after people and seeing if they might be interested. So it would be really cool if someone was able to kind of see the process from beginning to end, so that they weren't joining cold. I mean, I'm sure Sarah will do an amazing handoff no matter what, but it would just be nice if they were there live. So we just want to point out, we've got a couple of new resources up on the website. Under the members tab, there's a link to committees, which has the how to get involved Google Doc on it. And under the events tab, we have a new calendar, which features both WITfm events and also a calendar that we're very much a work in progress of other virtual meetups. All of those things look very ugly, and if you think you can make them look better, I would be more than happy for you to email me, and I will give you that job. So if you think you can improve it, please let me know. But it's there for now, and the calendars, you can add them if you are using a calendar client. You can add them to your calendar. So if you want to know, like, when the next WITfm quarterly meeting is on your calendar, you can subscribe, and that would be a great way to do that. Just want to briefly mention that we are in the process of setting up an infrastructure so that you can sponsor members. So if you're a company and you say, hey, I have 5 women on my team and I'd like to sponsor their memberships, that is coming. So stay tuned. more on that soon. And Linda, this is the most exciting part of the meeting where we have to do the actual business of the LLC so that we get our job done here. So will you guide us through this process, Linda?
Okay, do we have everybody on the list there? Sure. First thing, this is the appointed board that Chrissy is presenting to the people, saying this is our new board appointed. We actually had the members vote on elected people, and of the elected board of directors, Chrissy is the lead facilitator, and she then can appoint whatever board members extra, like for program type activities that she feels is necessary or that the membership wants. And once she makes this appointment, which she's done here with the slide, then what we do is then we as a membership or as a leads board, we're just at the membership meeting here, can need to accept or approve her slate of nominees. So I guess I will put forth that we need I need to entertain a motion to accept the slate of nominated appointed board leads. So anybody would like to do that? Make a motion to accept the leads?
Mako or Vanessa, would you be willing?
Sure.
Yeah, sorry. Trying to find unmute.
Me too.
Yes, I will make the motion.
Is there a difference?
That's Vanessa? Okay.
Yes.
Do I have a second?
Second.
I hear Karen
Yes, second.
Lotus there. Okay. So my thing in terms of discussion is did I miss anybody on the list? So can you look at the
Yeah, I
list
was
and see
gonna
if I missed
ask.
somebody?
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you, Mako.
Okay. I was gonna ask if is this different than the board for the nonprofit? Or is this the same list?
These are non-elected
This is the board for the nonprofit.
Okay. Why
You
did
have
I
an
think,
elected?
Why did I think Julie was on the board? Is she not on the board?
It's not an elected position.
It's an appointed. Actually, Julie should be on this list then too. I guess we missed her. You're correct, as a Claris liaison.
Right. Okay. That's the one thing that I thought was missing from this list. But the rest of it looks
Okay. All right. So and Julie.
And does Susan need to be on as the? I
No,
don't remember the official title.
This is the appointed board. The elected board is the facilitator, the past facilitator, membership, scholarship lead, donor relations, business lead. Those six. And then now we're adding an appointed financial lead, which is Laramie, to handle that part. So, all right. So hearing that we have a first and a second, is there any more discussion? And correction in there. All right, so now we get to vote. So down at the bottom, it looks like we have an up and a down arrow. So if everybody on here has the ability to do a yes or no.
All right, looks like we're at 11 yeses and no nos so far.
Okay, we have 17 people here.
Do we need all 17 or can we go with a majority? We've got 12.
We got 12. We can go with the majority, but let's see if everybody's listening here.
All right, we've got Heidi with a thumbs up on Zoom.
Okay.
So that brings us to 13.
13. Okay. So I
We have
guess
a
the
few
ayes have
people on Zoom as well. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 people on Zoom.
4. There you go. So that would make us, it's a unanimous, or I shouldn't say unanimous, but it's approved. Then I have one more. Did you do the next one? Oh, you get
that
this,
right?
Yes. Yep, we can do this. The next one is, I need, because I'm running this, I can't make the thing, but I need someone to make a motion to appoint the financial lead as chairperson of the financial committee. Someone like to make that motion?
Can I make that motion?
You can.
All right, I'd like to make that motion, please.
All right. So that's Chrissy. Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second.
This is Beverly.
Beverly, thank you, Bev. Okay, is there any discussion on that? Okay, people are already voting. Yes, go ahead and vote.
All right, look at that. We got a rainbow of thumbs ups coming in here.
Awesome.
There we go. There we go. All right, so it looks like the ayes have it, so that's cool. That passed. Then we have the next one.
I didn't put this
Do I
one on
have-
the slide, so can you describe this one?
All right, I'm actually gonna put it, where can I put it?
You could put it in the chat if you have that open.
Yeah. Everyone message here. Go. I kind of added the other in there, but it's to basically what it will do with this motion, and I guess I can make this motion that for Laramie and me to work together to change the signatories on the bank. That's the first thing, to be Chrissy as the lead facilitator and Laramie as a financial lead. So we have at least 2 people that are in the bank can see what's going on. And that the board of directors that we've now duly elected and appointed also can be put on that, make those amendments, and that we just approved this last part already, is that the finance committee, the financial lead is to be the head of the finance committee. So there we go. We got people already voting, but I can make the motion, and I need a second. So
Second.
Second.
who's the first person that said second?
Maka.
I don't know, Karen.
Maka.
It was Maka.
That was louder than Maka.
There we go. So now I guess everybody's voting, so we can vote.
Vote away.
There we go. There we go. All right. So it looks like we have a majority, so that passes. So now I can make up the official minutes for us. That's all I had. And now we can it's trying to work to get this changed at the bank. So
That was
And
the
then
moral of that whole big effort on Linda, is so that we can transition from Susan to someone else being on the bank account. So thank you so much for leading this process for us, Linda.
So, yep, so that will happen. So,
Thank you so much. Really
Thank
appreciate
you, Linda.
it.
That was very professional. So I feel so official. So thank you, Linda.
yeah, we actually have to, send this piece of paper around to have all the former board of directors wet sign it, which means they have to put pen and ink to paper before the bank will do it. So it's kind of and then what I do is I submit all of that, the new board of directors, to the state of Texas, so then everything will match. And then so the next time we have a template now. Okay, when this happens, we do this, we do this, we do this, and then it should go easier the next time. So.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Right.
Thank you so much,
All right.
Linda. We really appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you.
So with that, we're going to move to part 2 of the meeting. Julie's going to give us an update on Claris Diversity and Inclusion. And before she does that, I just want to say 2 things. One, logistical. She's going to take over the screen share, but you should still be able to access Mentimeter on your device. And there's a feature there where you can submit questions. So when Julie is done presenting, we'll come back to Mentimeter, and if you had questions for her, we can go through some of those if there's time. And the second is just, Julie, I appreciate that you are here and giving us an update, and I know you've been working really hard on this issue, and it's close to all of our hearts. So thank you for doing what you do.
Awesome. Well, I'm happy to be here. I'm trying to do a screen share, and it says host disabled attendee screen sharing. So I think you have to give me the controls, and then all right. There we go. That works. Are you guys seeing the screen?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And if I do one of these, are you seeing the screen? Okay.
Yep.
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 Awesome. Okay. Well, it's an honor again to be able to just spend a few minutes and chat about what I think for me personally is such an important topic, and I think I'm sharing that with that importance of inclusion and diversity with everyone that is on this call, I would assume. But a few things that I wanted to share with WITfm is number one, we received a lot of feedback from our ecosystem, both partners and our developer ecosystem, after Claris Engage, that strongly shared a point of view which is correct and we agree with, that there was an error done, unintentionally, but nonetheless an error by Claris in the inclusivity and diversity that was represented at Claris Engage. And we are genuinely sorry that that occurred. And for those of you that are partners, you received a communication that came from Brad and Britta, who is our new VP of Marketing. And this is also, there was a posting of this communication on our developer community and our partner community. And I have a snapshot of it on the next slide, but the sentiment is that as an organization, Claris certainly believes in the importance of inclusion and diversity. And in the event, it did not seem like that was balanced well. And so we're going to recommit to that effort. And I want to share that because it is so important for everything. I think for the core of what Women Innovating Together is and always has been. So if you haven't had a chance to look at that, and I'm not expecting you to read that, this is the exact communication that went out publicly on Monday. And I just want to share with you that as someone who's been at Claris for almost 14 years, I do want to impress upon you, and I consider most of you, I know you well, and you're my friends, that there isn't a systemic issue within our culture, I think, at Claris. I think we are largely a very diverse and inclusive organization. It's not coming off that way, and we can do a better job. And this was an example of it not unintentionally, but not hitting the mark where it should have hit the mark. It should have been considered at a higher level, and it wasn't. But I do want to share, I'm not here to defend, and I don't want my remarks to be interpreted as being defensive because they're not. I just genuinely want to share with you, as someone who's worked for this organization for many years, that I don't feel that way as a female working within the organization. That said, we are taking an initiative at the highest levels of the organization to prioritize inclusion and diversity within and throughout every level within Claris. And that will be felt both internally and externally. An example of that is the communication that went out on Monday, and that is just the beginning. This letter indicates a few more things that are on deck, and this is, again, just the start, but we certainly are going to have more Claris Engage events, and as such, we will not do this again. And so we have a great opportunity to really elevate this as a focus. And Britta is committed to a plan that really, really addresses this at future events like Claris Engage and other one-to-many events. There are other things that we will announce as they are implemented over time in addressing inclusivity. And this is across all races. It's a global effort. It's across all socioeconomic levels. It is, gender, but not just gender. It is across the gamut. And certainly, you can see on the last bullet point that we're committed to focusing on women in technology. That is certainly a focus of WITfm. Our partnership with you and other organizations very similar or with similar initiatives is extremely important to us. So I want to share with you that is something that you're going to see from Claris. And how are you going to see that? One of the things that's going to happen, and it's going to start as soon as tomorrow, which is we have an opportunity to share the on-demand content that's been delivered to us by many of our partners around the globe that help to reinforce the content around Claris Engage 2020. And the on-demand content is being delivered currently. I want to share with you 25% of that content is being delivered by expert women in our community. And there will be a series of communications that you will see from everything from blogs to emails to posts over time, talking about the on-demand content. Tomorrow's is going to highlight, there is going to be 3 that will be highlighted, and one of those is from an expert woman who's delivered some great content. And further, we are going to deliver a kit to all of our partners, our Claris partners worldwide. We're trying to do this on a quarterly basis, which assists our partners who often run developer groups, or they are doing one-to-many activities now, mainly virtual, but helping them with, Claris's messaging, and so that they don't have to go and create their own slide decks. Not that we're trying to tell them what to say, but it takes a lot of time to, for example, condense down the high points of things that were covered in Claris Engage or the on-demand content. And instead of trying to have hundreds of partners do that individually, we provide what we call an advocacy kit to help them. They can certainly make it all their own. I'm happy to announce that advocacy kit is going to feature 3 expert women in technology's on-demand content. It will be a focus for us to make sure that we're elevating the expert women in our ecosystem for the valuable content that they deliver to us, and be focusing on that. And that is an effort to absolutely rebalance. It's important for us to be able to do that. And again, we're not stopping there. I would like to see content at our future engages be well above 25%. I would love to see us being more closer to 50%. I give that as a friendly challenge to everyone that's on this call. We have to boldly position ourselves to get there, and I could not be wanting that type of representation more at Claris Engage, and I think we can absolutely do it. So I just wanted to share with you the communication that recently went out. I wanted to share with you the refocus that's happening internally at Claris, and that over time our ecosystem will see that. I will come back at future meetings and share updates as I have them. This is such an important topic, and I want to celebrate the expert women in technology that have provided on-demand content. There are more than 3. These are 3 that we're highlighting, but to all of you that have taken the time to take and bring that expertise to our post-engage on-demand content. That's my update. So I appreciate it. I don't know, Chrissy, back to you if there are any questions.
Actually, I just want to add 2 things to that. So first, I dropped the link to the diversity post into the chat on Zoom. And second, as beyond Engage, we're also really focusing on trying to increase the diversity of voices in the online community. So my 2 asks are, and I know I've made this ask before, if you have the spare time, please come into the community and ask and answer questions. And the other is we will be having some opportunities for community contributed content over the coming year. And so please, if there's a technical article you'd like to write, or you want to do and ask me anything about kind of anything Claris related, please share those ideas with me, and we'll be making a more formal ask once we have those plans a little more baked than they are right now.
Great. Rosemary, I might ask that perhaps you draft a quick memo to Chrissy with things that could be offered up, just like that list that you gave verbally, maybe if you would forward that to Chrissy so she could communicate that through the WITfm process, so that we can ask specifically for those things. Let's make sure that we're doing that in all ways possible. So if you could take that as an action, that'd be awesome.
I am making a note.
Awesome.
Thanks for that update, Rosemary.
Back to you, Chrissy.
So we do have one question here that I think you can address. Is there a reason the letter was not sent to everyone that had registered for live Engage sessions?
Anyone who hadn't registered, do you mean like, so if the question is everyone that communicate or that attended Engage, is that the question, I guess?
I think that's sort of, I think that is the question. And I guess my question is a little more broad. I mean, it seemed like it went to a very focused group of people, and maybe you can speak to who those were and why.
So it went to thousands in an email. So it went to 100% of our worldwide partner population. And then it's posted to our community because, for example, and I can speak to the partner side very well, but when we send to partners, we have a main communication email address that it goes to. And so we also posted it as an alert message on partner community so that other staff members would also maybe see it. That's our intention. And then it was posted to developer community. All you have to do, I tested this because I wanted it to be found, is go into the community.claris.com and search for the word diversity, and it's the first one that pops up. So, but I'll take back, I don't have an answer about the decision to send or not send to everyone that attended Engage, but I'll take it back to the powers that be and discuss that and say that this question was raised. Either I'll get an answer back to Chrissy, or if there's no objection, I don't see why that shouldn't happen. I don't think there's any intention to not communicate this broadly.
Yeah, and the other thing is, like, we've heard internal feedback that, you know, you kind of have to know where to look to find this post. So we're actually going to add a banner to the top of the developer community today. So like right across the top where, you know, we previously had, hey, register for Claris Engage. Now we're going to have a banner at the very top that says, you know, message on diversity from Brad and Britta with a link to the full post.
Nice.
Perfect.
That's great to hear. I see. Yes, awesome. Okay. Are there any, we still have a minute if there's any other follow-up questions for Julie? Awesome. Well, Julie, thank you so much for giving us this update and taking the time both in your professional life and also to be here with us. And we definitely are interested in staying up to date. So hopefully at the next quarterly meeting, there'll be an opportunity for the next update. So really.
That sounds great. Thank you. Thank you so much. It was, again, a pleasure to come and talk with all of you. And I appreciate many of you have sent emails individually to me. And I really, really appreciate it, and I respect the point of view. So thank you, and keep that coming.
Wonderful, thanks. And I know you might have to drop off, so we'll
Yes,
see you later.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
I have a question that's kind of related. I don't know if it's too late. Is there any update on the time for Engage 2021 or on that?
So there isn't. It's being worked on, but there isn't an update on the timing. As soon as we can share that, we will be. So, but yeah, and that I don't think it's going to be too terribly much longer. I think it's going to be pretty quick.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, we're pretty close.
Good question, Maka.
Thanks. Bye, guys.
Thanks, Julie.
Bye.
So what we'd like to do now is to move into some breakout rooms on Zoom and have some time for discussion. And what I propose the discussion is around, though who knows what happens in your breakout room, is the mission and vision of WITfm. So we have obviously a formal mission in our articles of incorporation and as part of our nonprofit application. And what I'm really wanting to get at here, though, is sort of what's the most important? What's the meat of that for you personally? What would you like to see happening here over the course of the next year, maybe the course of the next 2 years? What does success look like if we're really doing our job here? What is the world that we imagine that we're living in when our work is done? And so alongside of that, like what would make your membership in WITfm a non-negotiable in your life? Just saying, this is really important work. I absolutely need to support it. And I think that most everyone, if not everyone who is here is a member. And if any of you are not members, I also invite you to participate in that conversation about this is what would make membership really valuable to me. I think we've probably got about, it's 12:35. So Vanessa, does that mean we've got like 15 minutes for breakouts?
Yes, and I'm just getting those.
Vanessa's gonna do the breakout magic, and while she
assigned.
gets that ready,
Hopefully.
the concept here is this slide should be up in Mentimeter. And so if the magic works, your breakout room can assign or ask someone to take some notes. And when you have some ideas that you want to spit back to the main group, you can go ahead and post them through Mentimeter. And then when we come back, everyone will be able to see everything that everyone posted. And we'll also be able to carry that forward with us as an export so that we can use it as WITfm moves forward. So this is sort of the both reporting piece for us to wrap up today, but also so that we have something to take forward with us about our thoughts today.
So is the breakout going to happen through Zoom, or do we leave
Yeah.
Zoom and come back? Okay.
No.
In
Vanessa
Zoom.
is going to magically break you out.
Okay, cool.
Using magic.
Sorry, we just lost a couple people, so I'm just reshuffling. Don't leave.
Yeah, this is not the time to leave Zoom, guys. This is the fun part.
Yeah, this is the fun part, right?
Okay, we got a new person too. So.
Just 1 second.
Bear with us.
Still have 12 seconds.
Are you able to do those breakout rooms through, is that through Mentimeter? That's through Zoom, right?
Correct. Yep. All right, welcome back, everyone. Thank you guys so much for those of you that were in the breakout. It was a lively and useful conversation for me, and I trust the others also had good conversations because I see some fun stuff popping up here and some actionable stuff as well. There's more than fits on just one screen. So I'm gonna go back to the top and just quickly do what I'll do is I'll leave this up here so you guys can check it out, and then I'll also post the export in Slack when I've got the export. But I'm really appreciating you guys taking the time to be here and to brainstorm and to put your voice in the room. So far, I know it's only been 3 months that I've been in this role, but I've heard a lot of feedback about how that's what's most important to people, that they want to feel connected to other women and they want to be working together on a team to achieve a common goal. So trying to incorporate that into the work that we do here as much as we can, for instance, doing breakouts here. So with that, I will definitely be taking all of the input from today's meeting. We'll be processing it in the leads meeting, and then it would be my intention to feed that back into the next quarterly meeting as well. If you have any other ideas or thoughts that aren't captured here, you can email me at info@witfm.org, or you can Slack me if you are a Slack person. I'm always happy to get feedback and input, and in particular, if you want to get involved in any named or not yet named capacity, please let me know. thank you so much for your time today. And I think with that, we'll call it a day. And I don't actually have the next quarterly meeting date in front of me as a failure as the lead, but you can find it on that calendar link that I shared in the Slack. It'll be January. So I think it's the 3rd Wednesday in January, but don't quote me on that. Check the calendar. Thanks so much. Have a great day, everyone.
Thanks, Chrissy.
Bye.
Awesome job. It was
Thank
really
you.
fun.
Bye. It's
Bye.
great.